I want to welcome you from Lionsgate. It's that time of the month where I need to communicate with the community and with the parents. I apologize. I've been under the weather. When you get a Minnesota cold, it takes a while to get rid of. So I'm kind of fighting that cold and flu, but I'll try to do the best job I can. I want to reflect a little bit on some of the past events that have taken place in Lionsgate in the month of January. We had our winter ball. Things went very well. I'm hoping, from all indications, students had a good time. We just had a puppet show on Tuesday night. It was an amazing and a raving success. And the puppet show was the 7th and 8th graders, and a lot of our 7th and 8th graders, it was the first time they had an opportunity to perform in public in this kind of a situation. And even though we stretched them, and some of them had a very difficult time, they were very proud of themselves, and there was a lot of good things that came out of it. And I hope most of you, or at least some of you, were able to witness that event. We also, last week was Paraprofessional Week, and we honored our amazing paraprofessionals. Leadership team did a breakfast for them and served them on Friday, and then we handed out certificates that came from Governor Dayton. I've been in education for 40 years. I have never been around a group of paraprofessionals who are more committed and work harder than the group that we have here at Lionsgate. And again, I know parents are well aware of that, but sometimes they're kind of the silent warriors here who do the job day in and day out and don't get a lot of recognition, so it was good that we could recognize them. The other thing that has happened, we've had 2 staff resign since the last time I talked to you over the holiday break. Our science teacher who had been on leave, Miss Northrup, made a decision not to come back. And we had a sub in the science room, Miss Butler, and we have now extended her contract for the rest of the school year. So we have that situation taken care of. Another staff person, a case manager, Miss O'Meara, resigned right around the holidays, and we were sad to see her go. She's going on for personal reasons to another opportunity. She did an outstanding job here at Lionsgate, and we will miss her, and I know the families that work with Miss O'Meara will miss her, and her students will miss her. How we've made some internal switches. Teresa, Miss O'Donnell is now the new case manager. She was our English inclusion teacher. She's picked up the ball and has really done a great job this month making the transition, which can be hard for everybody. The English inclusion teacher, the position that she had, we replaced with Miss Blix. And Miss Blix was one of our EAs, has been with Lionsgate since the first day. While she's been working here as an EA, she is becoming a licensed English teacher and a special ed teacher. And she had just taken a leave of absence and finished her student teaching. So she's just recently licensed, and we feel very fortunate that we could promote her into the position of English inclusion teacher. So those switches have been made since January 1st. First quarter, our first semester is just completed. Obviously, you're getting this on Thursday, and we have no school today and tomorrow. In reflection, I think we've had a very productive and a very effective first semester. We've integrated some new students. We've integrated a number of new staff. And from all indications, things are going very well. We'll continue to monitor and adjust. We have made some switches, and we'll continue to do that. But overall, I think our staff has done a great job first semester, and I hope families are as satisfied with us as I am with our staff. Being it is a new semester, there are no clubs next week. Students should get their new club assignments in Prides next week. So if you have questions, hold those questions off until Prides. Give out the new assignments, and then you can contact your case managers. But I think we've done a pretty good job of stabilizing clubs, so students get pretty much the clubs that they want. So they will get those next week. We also have a midwinter break coming up before I will do the February email, so that's February 20th to the 24th, and hopefully this isn't new news for you. I'm just reminding you of that. We took a less of a break over the holidays in the first of the year so we could take a midwinter break, because spring break isn't until April, and we thought both staff and students needed some time in the middle of winter just to kind of rest and recuperate and go back at it. A couple other things that's going on. There'll be more details out about a board election, but we'll be electing 3 new board members this spring, 1 representing parents, 1 representing the community, and 1 representing staff. So I would really ask parents to think seriously about running for the board. It's a very important position. More details will be coming. And the same way with the community. If you know someone in the community that you think would be a great benefit to Lionsgate to have them on the board, you should support them to apply to run. And those details will be coming out in February, and the election is in, I think, March and April. I mentioned that my last email that a search committee had been created led by our board chair, Ron Berger, about finding a new executive director as I'm retiring at the end of this school year. They have met a number of times. They've put together what I think is a great job description, and they have posted the job, so they're in the position of getting applications, and I will keep updating you. And I think Ron's also going to be updating the community about how that search is going. We have a community meeting coming up March 8th, and at that meeting I think there should be a lot of information by the board to the community on how the search is going. The last thing I wanted to talk about is the drama department, and I couldn't say enough good things about Sarah Perel, who is our drama teacher and also does all the extracurricular activities. She's on the way to doing our biggest production ever called Alice in Wonderland. And those tryouts or auditions are going to be the last week in March. But the message she wanted to give to parents is, if your child's going to be in the audition and if they're going to be part of the play, it is a big commitment. For 4 weeks, it's 3 nights a week until 5 o'clock for practice. And then the last 2 weeks before the production, it's 4 nights a week till 5 o'clock. So just to give you a heads up, if your child wants to audition and be part of this play, and it's a wonderful thing, but it is a big time commitment, and there would be a transportation commitment from the parents. So she wanted me to give you a heads up. Again, I think in closing, we've had a great first half of the year, and we look forward to a great second half of the year. Thank you.